Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Annie Z with What If Naruto's Banished and was the Emperor? So we last left off with Naruto's family arriving to their tuning exams in the Sand Village. Chia getting disqualified, and then Naruto's daughters fighting each other and showing why even the kids of the West were superior to the Kages of the East. And finally, the arrival of Naruto. So let's begin. Kumano had landed and out came the Ninetales, which scared everyone, especially those from Leaf. "The Ninetales is here," shouted a civilian merchant. "Quick, Lord Wolf, kill it," shouted another. After the Ninetales had came out, it stood there as the red carpet was being laid out by the royal guards. Surprising everyone from Leaf was the Ninetales serving the Emperor. "The Emperor commands the Ninetales," shouted Sakura Horano. "No wait, even Dad couldn't do it," shouted Menma. When the doors opened, the Ninetales kneeled in respect as two people came out. These two were wizards. The first was Merlin, who was a young man, and the other was August, who was an old man. As they both kneeled, confusing everyone as they thought that this was the Emperor and his guard. Guard then went to the speakers and said, "Now presenting His Majesty, the Emperor of the West, and the Emperor of Uruk, Naruto Uzumaki Pendragon." Naruto walked out as soon as he heard his name, as everyone from the West and his allies cheered. Oniki, Mai, and I were surprised at the power they sensed from Naruto. It made everyone from the East look like jokes. In fact, everyone here apart from the Queen looked like ants in comparison to him. Minato was shocked. "My son, Naruto is the child of prophecy. It should have been Menma," Minato says, proving how much of a bad father he was. "What's my other child's name? I forgot," Minato says to himself, forgetting Menma's name as soon as it never benefited him. "Son," Kushina says with guilt, as it was eating away at her for years. When she had agreed to banish Naruto, she had begun to have nightmares and see the horror she put Naruto through. Maneki saw this and smirked. "So it looks like Minato made a mistake and it came back to bite him. His son hates him. Good, I'll use this to make him an ally in our war against the Leaf," he thought. "Impossible," Sasuke and Sakura yelled. "How is the bloody demon an emperor? And why does everybody agree with him?" says Kiba. "This goes against logic. He even released the Ninetales. That should make him the enemy of the world by logic alone," says Shino. "The idiot doomed Leaf by releasing the beast," said Ino. Naruto finally made it to the Kage stands, where he looked at Minato and Kushina and gave a mocking smile like Gilgamesh normally does, before he was tackled to the ground by his two angels. "Dad," Mikoto says. "Dad, you should have seen us. We showed them why Uruk is superior to everyone," Mordred says as Naruto hugged his little angel's back. "Really, well done. I'd expect nothing less from my own flesh and blood." "Now take a seat," Naruto says as they walked to the thrones that was for them and sat on it. "Yo, Gara, it's been a long time," Naruto says. How have you been?" Naruto says. "Good, Naruto. Thanks to your help, we finally made our country really advance. I'm sure you want to meet the other leaders of the military forces of the other nations of the East," Gara says as he introduces everyone. "Naruto, my baby boy, is that you?" Kushina says. "I'm sorry, Lady Namikaze. I'm not related to you in any way. I'm a Uzumaki," Naruto says. But Kushina says, but was cut off by Minato. Now, Naruto, I'm sure we can speak about this in private," Minato says. "No, we can't, Lord Hokage. First of all, it's Emperor. Naruto, to you. Learn some respect. I fought in a bloody war full of sweat and blood to make this empire. I won't have you disrespect mine and my soldiers' sacrifices with your blatant disrespects of titles. And second of all, we will speak in front of everyone. I don't want it to look like we are secretly allying with you and start an unintentional war where my country just got out of a century-long war," Naruto says. "It might be a new concept to you, but I'm happy with the peace that my empire is in," Naruto says, as Minato got angry. "As your father, I demand you to listen to me now, Naruto," Minato yells, but was cut off as Naruto unleashed his killing intent. "I have no father, I'm an orphan," Naruto says. "You can even check your Leaf records," Naruto says. "Hello there, Lord Naruto. I'm the Raikage, and the leader of the strongest villages of the East, which is the Cloud. I was wondering if we could speak on an alliance," he says. "Yes, Lord Uzumaki. That is why I was here," Oniki says. "I also agree," Mai says. "Very well. After speaking with the Kargis for a bit, Naruto had agreed to a trading alliance and a non-aggression alliance with the three nations. However, with Leaf, he could not come to a definite conclusion. Lord Naruto, I was wondering if you could demonstrate your strength to us, Minato says, wanting to know how powerful his former weapon had gotten. Demonstrate my strength? How will we do that, Lord Hokage? Minato says. A fight between you and the 5 Kargis, Minato says. I have no objections, and will agree if your fellow Kargis agree with you, Naruto says. I wish to see how strong you are too. Just the mere thought of fighting a person who has managed to take on multiple countries at once is exciting, the Raikage says. I also agree to this battle. Let us see how powerful you are, Emperor, Oniki says. I will also fight. Let's see how strong you are. I'll show you the power of the mist, Mai says. However, before we fight, I believe my wife should also have some fun. Raikage, how about your 2 best shinobi against my wife, Naruto says. I thought about it, as he really wanted to show B and Yukito's power off to the villages and the empire. Very well, your highness. I shall have my 2 best fight, he says. Oh yeah, and Naruto, Gaara says. I won't be going easy on you, Gaara says. Wouldn't have it any other way, Naruto says. Papa's gonna wreck them, Mojo says. It's not even gonna be a challenge for Mama, Mikoto says. Watch yourself, Princess. Minakun won't lose, and he's with the strongest of the East, while your father is one man, Kushina says, hoping Minato doesn't kill Naruto, as she wanted to fix things with him. In your dreams, the girl said, which Kushina found really cute. Oh my baby boy, please forgive us. Ever since our family disowned me, I've been thinking of how much I've wronged you, and I just want to see my granddaughters as well. I don't care about getting my Uzumaki heritage back, I just want to see my family, she says. Gaara then went up to the stage as he walked up to the mic with 5 Kargis. Ladies and gentlemen, as a bonus for all of you coming here, and to show the power of the East to the West, we the 5 Kargis will be fighting the Emperor of the West. However, before the fight, since we will need some time to prepare, Her Majesty will be fighting against Cloud's 2 strongest shinobis, not including the Raikage himself, Killer B and Yukito Ni, as everybody started to cheer as they placed their bets on the elemental nations, while the people from the West betted on their Emperor and their Empress. Yukito Ni and Killer B came out to the stage in their usual attire, while Arturia came out in their saber armor. So you're the Empress, you're gonna go down, Yukito says. Yo, the fool. Killer B is gonna make you his fool, B says, as Arturia sweat dropped. So you're the Cloud's strongest. Let's have an honorable duel, she says. Start, the doctor says, as Arturia was already behind Yukito as she slashed the arm, just barely not slicing it out because B managed to stop the attack. B then rushed towards Arturia once again, using his speed and his 7 swords, slashing at Arturia. However, Arturia blocked it with her own sword, also managing to land a lot of lethal hits onto B. You're actually taking on my 7 swords style, and winning with only 1 sword, B says, now getting serious. The form has many flaws. It lacks power, the speed is too slow, and your swords are too easy to get knocked out of your grasp, Arturia says, as she slashes 5 out of the 7 swords out of his reach and also broke them with the slashes. The swords also lack durability. They were made by amateurs. These still have proved to be decent, unlike the Uchiha brat I saw, Arturia says, as Sasuke got angry in the crowd. You were able to knock my swords out, he says, as Arturia was punched by Yukito Ni, but she easily dodged a second punch and hit Yukito Ni back. Don't underestimate me, Yukito says. Yukito, we need to go to Bichi mode, B says. She's too strong, as they started to transform. I'm sorry, Empress, but your defeat is here and now. We will show you that the Clouds are truly the strongest, even compared to the West, they both said. Saber lifted a sword high as a golden light started to form around her, and the sword started to glow golden from everywhere. As the 2 Jinchurikis charged up a Bijidama in their tail beast modes, the sword shines like a dream that all warriors scattered in battle past, present and future hold. As their final moments approach, she carries their will as her pride. Now the undefeated queen shall sing along the name of her miracle she holds in her hand. Its name is, Naruto says, as Arturia brings down her sword. Excalibur, Arturia yells. Bijidama, yells the 2 Jinchurikis as the golden beams charges towards the Fujidama easily enveloping it and overpowering it, pushing it towards the Jinchuriki as they're blown up. When the smoke clears, Saber is seen standing there without even a scratch on her, while away from Arturia was the bloody down forms of the Jinchurikis, Yugani and Killer Bee. The winner is Her Majesty Arturia Uzu Pendragon. The proctor says, "Wow, that was so beautiful," Isitsun was saying, speeches at her beauty and power. "Impossible," the Raikage says. "Inconceivable," the Jinchurikis Minato yells. The Bijudama blown away like it was a leaf in the wind. "Just what are you Westerners?" Oniki says. "Such sword skills, if she was born in the mist, she would have been treated like a goddess," Mai says. "So Naruto, are you ready?" Gara says. "Yes, I am. Just like my wife, I'll show you why the Western Empire is stronger than you and the power of Uruk," Naruto says, as he equips the golden armor that Gilgamesh wears in Fate's Stay. Naruto walked down as the West started to cheer while the leaf booed. Naruto ignores the leaf, smirking at them, making them get angry, especially his brother and the Uchiha brat. "Ladies and gentlemen, in a few minutes, the match between Naruto Uzu Pendragon and the Kages will commence." The proctor says, "Make this fun for me," Naruto says. "Naruto, you still have this much arrogance knowing you're facing the strongest Hokage and the 4 Kages?" Minato says, "Arrogance, me? I saved the entire part of the world, the entire West, from war, havoc and destruction. I have the right to be arrogant. As for arrogance, claiming you're the strongest Hokage when that title clearly belongs to Hashirama shows how delusional you are," Naruto says, as the Kage started to chuckle. "Your own teammates agree with me," Naruto says, pointing out that the Kages are laughing, as Minato got angry. "But boy, you really are cocky. I'll bring you down," Ace says. "We'll see who brings down who, old man," Naruto says. "Respect your eldest, brat," Oniki says. "Okay," Naruto says, fake bowing. "Is this okay?" Naruto says, making Oniki get angry as Mai started to laugh. Naruto looked at her. "Don't look at me, I'm not stupid enough to underestimate you. Seeing your wife's power, knowing that you're even more stronger than her, as well as your kid's power, can easily beat us," Mai says. "Well then, since we're ready, start the match," Proctor Garo says. "Very well, match begin," Proctor says. "But guys, that's all for today. Peace."